And then there is another one, and another one.
Yeah. Yo, what's going on? How y'all doing? I am Wavy. I am also not feeling too well right now, but the show must go on. Got this goal. I'm still working towards my goal, 50 videos before the end of the year. So if you enjoy the content over here, feel free to hit the like, drop a comment, hit the subscribe button. It's all free. It doesn't cost you anything. All right, this right here. Anything else before I get into it? Nah. All right. So Kyle Rittenhouse, if you recall, back in 2020 in Kenosha, Wisconsin, at that time I believe he was he was like 18 or something, and he ended up fatally shooting two people and injuring a third in self-defense, and then he was acquitted. And all right, justice was served. You know what I'm saying? It was self-defense. If you went and looked at it, at the videos, I mean, not to get into the backstory of these people, because yes, one was a pedo and one was a domestic abuser, and people will say, "Oh, they deserve to die for that." Blah, blah. All right. So, and my personally, yes, okay, but that's neither here nor there. We're just covering the facts. So he off those two people, there was a big thing during the trial, and he eventually was acquitted of all charges. And I believe even to this day, people believe that justice was not served in that case. Like I said, personally, I believe it was. I've looked at the footage. Even before I started filming videos, I looked at multiple angles of footage, and it was justified. The other guys had a pistol pointed at him. He shoots back. It's justified. Okay. And according to the courts, it was. Which brings me to this. Okay. Recently, I believe, Kyle Rittenhouse appeared on air with Piers Morgan. And the stuff that Piers Morgan goes into during this stuff is very cringe. We're not going to watch the whole video, but we will check out some of it. And without more, let's get into it.
Wow. What are you, 20 years old now?
Yes, sir.
And you've killed two human beings and wounded a third. I just wonder how that feels.
Just check out his whole check out how Piers is approaching this. You killed. If anybody else had off somebody for any other for something else, and it wasn't in this type of political environment, Piers Morgan would be praising this person. Like, okay, yes, you did what you had to do. You defended yourself. We're glad. It's because this is so politicized that he attacks him off the rip. How do you feel? You're 20 years old and you've already killed two people, which I'm sure that this man has to live with every day. You know what I'm saying? This is why big media is failing, yo. This is why, because of bullshit like this.
I don't think that's an appropriate question to ask how it feels. It's not an easy thing to do. It's something I live with every single day. It's nightmares I have. It's something that I have to deal with. I have to deal with the PTSD and the trauma from having to do that.
Right. I mean, but it seems to me your emotions are more about you and your trauma because your life was being threatened. And
who else is supposed to feel his emotions but him? Like, why even have him come on the show then? If you're gonna be this cold and callous to the young man who has been through something that all of us hope and pray to never ever go through. All right, we hope and pray we never have to end someone's life. You know what I'm saying? If we have to do it in self-defense, we know that we have to. We're prepared for it, but nobody ever truly wants to do something like that. You know, this L. Piers Morgan, L.
And that side of it, rather than the question I'm asking, which is simply on a human level, how do you feel about being so young and yet having on the record for the rest of your life now that you took the lives of two people, regardless of the circumstances?
And like I just said, it's something I deal with every day. I deal with the PTSD and the trauma and the nightmares. It's not easy to deal with it.
Your book, presumably you're going to make money from this book. Do you feel comfortable making money from from this, which ultimately is a tragic story.
Does he feel bad making money from killing a Geppetto and a fucking domestic abuse? What do you mean? And it was justified, and it went through the legal system, and it was justified. What's this? But Piers Morgan is one of these heavy left liberals and shit like that. I don't know if he lives in America, but from England, from UK, and then want to tell us Americans how to live. All right, we stopped listening to England in 1776. All right, we live by a whole different set of rules, and here you're allowed to have a gun, and if somebody threatens you, you know, to where you feel like you're in harm's way or in danger or, you know, bodily harm or whatever, however they phrase it legally, you are allowed to use it. All right, and that's exactly what happened. All right, there's footage. There was a burner pointed right at him. All right, and in that he had a split decision to make on what he does.
You know, I repeat, you were acquitted. There's no reason you can't do a book. But do you feel comfortable making a lot of money out of essentially what in the end was an incident that cost the lives of other humans?
Well, I'm not writing the book to make money. I'm writing the book to tell the story of what happened. I'm trying to change the narrative that media keeps putting out there that I'm some type of white supremacist, racist person, when that's just not true.
I don't understand how he's a white supremacist or a racist or something when everybody he shot was white. Everybody. He's white. He shoots white people. Okay, well, what was he down there for? They were down there marching for BLM. What is BLM? A piece of shit organization that people have been saying back then that they're still saying now, or a lot more knowledge has come out now to where people understand that it just was a money grab. All right, you got played. It was a catchy slogan. All right, so when they go in there and white people going into the hoods and shit like that, I don't know Kenosha and shit like that, but I know a lot of these white liberals and shit went into the hoods, told black people destroy your fucking neighborhoods, and it worked. All right, so you know what I'm saying? The whole racist shit and all that, who's the real racist? What side? The BLM or the people defending their property and shit? Because that's what he was. He was defending a friend's property. Or a family member, or he was defending someone he knows property.
True, I'm a 20-year-old kid who was put in a situation to where I was forced to defend myself, and I'm writing to put that into a book. I wrote a story and put that in a book so I can share that with everybody so they can understand what I went through, how my childhood was growing up, and the difficulties I deal with today. And you can check out the book at rittenhousebook.org if you want to read it and learn the truth for yourself.
How do you feel that you became a hero to many on the far right, kind of made you their poster boy?
I feel like the narrative was spun by the media, and that's what he has to live with now.
Well, Piers, I'm not a hero. I did what I had to do to defend myself. There are countless Americans every day that defend themselves, and it's not a heroic thing to do. It doesn't make you a villain, but it doesn't make you a hero. It's doing the right thing to stay alive. If I didn't defend myself, I wouldn't be here talking today.
I mean, the young man is making a lot of sense to me. I mean, I know that this was a very politicized case, you know, and I'm interested to know what y'all think. Y'all have heard my thoughts on it. I think he was justified in doing it. I think Piers Morgan kind of is a piece of shit for trying to grill him like this. Like, the man has been through something, like I said, something that we pray we never go through, you know, and to be treated like this, you know, but, you know, we'll see in the book that's upcoming. I didn't want to keep this one too long. I do have to go grab my kid from practice, so if you stuck along this long in the video, as always, I'd appreciate it if you drop a like, hit the comment, drop a comment, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. Y'all know how it goes on YouTube's. And yeah, without further more, let me get into my last clip.
Oh, why grandma rolling out to the right? She sees something. Ball placed perfect too. Watch the excuse me. Oh! That's the Pat Mahomes. We out of there. All my life, grandma grew up with
to the
eight
back
brothers.
of the end zone.
No way. There's no way she throwing that
Money!
pigskin like that.
Oh
Girl
my
don't even have to go
God.
nowhere. Right?
Oh my gosh, yo. That was nasty. Y'all stay wavy.